Hello, welcome. Dr. Sushma Singh this side. Today, Unit 21, Religion and Politics. Let us start our lecture with the topic Religion and Politics in India, a historical overview. When we examine the history of India from the ancient time to contemporary, we find that in India the patterns of interaction between religion and politics has varied from time to time, and it has had varied social consequences. Sharma argues that in India one element which is all pervasive throughout its history, though in varying degrees, is the use of religion for the fulfillment of political ends and aspirations. In India, religion always served politics, and politics has often served religion. Religion was never able to fully extricate itself from politics, nor could politics ever rid itself fully of religion. Thus, one finds politicization of religion in some manifest or latent form at all stages of our history. He says that in India historically we find this interaction between religion and politics in four phases. The first phase extended from the Indus Valley civilization to the advent of Islam. The second from the advent of Islam to Indian Mutiny of 1857. The third from 1857 to Indian independence in 1947, and the fourth from 1947 onward. While there was closely interplay between religion and politics during all these phases, the nature, the intensity and dynamics of this interaction was different during each of these phases. The sacred and the secular perspective have been inextricably interwoven in the pre-colonial India. Indian society had witnessed continuous changes affecting the political system, occupational structures, culture and religion. Religions in the India have been the prime source of tension, innovation and even modernization. The use of religious idioms has been important in initiating change in India, particularly in political movements and reform movements. The beginning of the 19th century has been marked by a number of social reform movements. This section looks at some of these political and social reform movements. Though the British rule brought about far-reaching changes in administration, transport, communication and economy, it also disrupted traditional social ties and fragmented culture. It was at this point of time that Raja Ram Mohan Roy in Bengal, Dayanand Saraswati in the north, Jyotirao Phule in Maharashtra introduced reforms in education and socio-religious pursuit, and also provided a perspective on national life. They drew upon Indian tradition as well as Western knowledge. They were inspired by the rationalist and the liberal doctrines, according to which the basic unit of society was an individual, perceived as citizen and as a human being. They used the Western methods of organization in sponsoring schools and colleges for men and women. Their aim was to raise the national consciousness in terms of culture. These reform movements led to a mass awakening which paved the way for the political awakening in the 20th century. The struggle of independence was in the initial stages a product of the educated middle classes in Bengal, Punjab and Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu, to mention a few states. In addition to liberal education, a religious upsurge stimulated the youth to participate in the freedom struggle. In Maharashtra, Bal Gangadhar Tilak revived a large scale the Ganpati Puja, which then served as venue for political meetings. In Bengal, Ras Bihari Ghosh, Bipin Chandra Pal and their associates used religious symbols centered around the Durga Puja to develop a political consciousness. Apart from this, socio-religious plays in these and other provinces of India conveyed political messages to public. During the national independence movement, Gandhiji used Hindu notion of Ram Rajya to unify, integrate and mobilize a majority of the Indian population. In post-1947 India, the relationship between the religion and politics are manifested in the growth of communalism, development of secularism and the rise of fundamentalism, which is the focus in the next section. Here we want to close this lecture. Thanks for listening.